Okay, this is a video on a 2011 Ford Expedition with the 5.4 3-valve Triton. So this initially started with me just it was running, but it was running real rough, and it was missing real bad on the driver's side. And it was like I thought the cats were stopped up, so I took the O2 sensor off, and it was like gas was igniting in the exhaust and in the cats, etc. It was missing real bad. It was like it wasn't firing at all on the driver's side, but the passenger side was firing, and it was throwing codes for like timing, implausible, etc. So the first thing as I'm researching, I'm thinking, okay, cam phasers, because that's what everybody's saying is cam phasers. So I take off the driver's side, and I noticed the cam lobes are a little rusty. I'm gonna clean that off. But I'm looking, cause the cover will stop like right here. So you can only see like the top of the chain. You see like the top of the chain and the tensioners. So I'm looking, I see the top tensioner and guide, and I'm doing that. Bottom tensioner was broke. But the truck was running. So I immediately just stopped with the cam phaser. I knew that it was gonna be more than a cam phaser job. This had turned into a timing chain job, because I wanted to replace the guide and etc. And the cam phaser didn't look like it was out of time, but it's nasty. So obviously the oil wasn't being changed on this engine properly. They weren't taking care of this engine. So as I removed the cover, I see the upper guide on the passenger side is broken. But the passenger side was firing just fine. I'm assuming that maybe since this guide and tensioner was still good, that pressure was probably getting that slack out. Maybe it was off just a little bit, but not to the extent to where it was missing. But I know the passenger side was horrible. The driver's side was horrible. So this isn't like a how-to. This is really just a video, just showing you guys. You think, okay, well, maybe it's just a cam phaser, yada yada, and then okay, now it's turned into a full-blown timing job. So I have a full timing set with tensioners, guides, and cam phasers, because I initially ordered just the cam phasers, and I was just gonna replace the phasers. So I ended up getting the whole set. So I'm gonna replace the whole set. My biggest issue is getting this cover off, this timing cover off, was this power steering pump. Those bolts are at just a weird angle, but it's 4 bolts. Only two of the bolts go into the timing cover itself, but right here where it bolts up to the side, it's a bolt to the timing cover that's right there. And you have to take this off and move it to the side so you can get to that bolt on the timing cover. I was hoping I could just remove these 2 bolts to the timing cover and just pull it off, but you have to actually completely remove the power steering pump, all 4 bolts. I removed mine without removing the actual hose to the reservoir, so I didn't lose any fluid. I didn't have to unplug any lines. And when you get to the bottom, Look at that. There go a piece right there. Piece of guide just fell out. There go another piece of guide. And that's the driver's side guide sitting in the oil pan. So I'm gonna have to fish that out. Let me show you. You see these holes? It's 4 oil pan bolts, 2 on each side. So once you remove all the outside cover bolts, it's not gonna come off because you gotta remove 2 bolts on this side and 2 bolts on the other side that's going straight up into the cover. And they were 13 millimeter. So the majority of some of the bolts is like a mix of like 13 millimeter and 10 millimeter bolts. It's like a mix of all of them, and a couple 8 millimeter bolts. And if you don't have an 8 mil, you can use, I think, a 5/16 socket.